What are my thoughts on Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather in a professional boxing match? Now, when I first actually found out about this fight, my immediate thoughts were, oh, here's another person from another sport that is either full contact, football, or something, who has went into the UFC to go challenge their champions, try to win. And then when I looked at Floyd Mayweather and I looked at how old this guy was and this guy's gonna fight Conor McGregor, I was like, whoa. Conor McGregor is gonna murder Floyd Mayweather in a UFC ring. So I said, okay, well, there's something here because they're both getting paid $100 million just to step into the ring. And I thought to myself, you know what? The UFC would never pay that much for fighters to fight. Never. They would never pay that much. So I looked into it closer and I'm like, oh, just as I suspected, this is going to be a boxing match. This is going to be Conor McGregor stepping into the world of Floyd Mayweather, which is the boxing world. And right away everything became interesting because you got to understand that Floyd Mayweather may be 49-0, but he is about 11 years older than Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor may be past his actual physical prime, total physical prime, but he is in his champion prime. And he's going to be in his champion prime for possibly another 4 years until he's at least 33 to 35. 35 pushing it. From there, I would suggest retiring or doing different things rather than continue to defend the UFC title. And the reason why I say that is because you begin to pass your prime, your hormones begin to go down, the amount of injuries that you begin to take basically forces you to retire, especially when you're doing striking. When you're doing, let's just say, things like a judo and jiu-jitsu, things that don't require really too much striking to the head, or any sort of striking to the head when you're doing the competitions, the matches. So you're able to last longer, you're able to think more clearly. And also, as your hormones begin to go down and all that stuff, all that damage that the striker has taken, the person who is a boxer, the person who's a kickboxer, the person who's doing a full contact sport where people can basically do Superman punches to your head, that person compared to a person just doing grappling where you're not taking much hits to the head, and even if you're in a full contact sport where you're able to take much hits to the head, the grappler is often more safe from the blows to the head because he's always trying to take the battle to the ground. Same with the wrestler. So often he's the one pounding the other person's head in, and then when he does get hit, it's either pretty bad or he gets submitted or he gets that one lucky knockout because that person's not trying to stand it up. What he's trying to do is he's trying to take you down, keep it on the ground. But still, even those people who are basically subjected to getting a lot of hits to the head are people who retire early. Because even though your hormones are going down, your physical prime is going down, as long as your head's fine, you're going to become more efficient. You're going to become more experienced. You're going to become more better in many ways. It's just that efficiency is what's going to have to really make up for the speed and the power. And the experience is going to go well with that efficiency. And what I'm going to say right now is that Conor McGregor has taken much more hits than Floyd Mayweather has in his entire career. And even though if Floyd Mayweather is 49-0, he's in reality been able to get all those victories without really getting entirely abused that much. And he's done it in a way where he's earned it. Even though in boxing, it's very tedious the way that you fight. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that you can take advantage of, and your opponent can truly take advantage of against you, or you against him or her, by making the referee stop things, by holding the person. There's just a lot of things that you can do. Like boxing, when you're really good at it, it's almost like bureaucracy. There's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of breaks that you can take. You know what I'm saying? By holding the person, by locking up with the person. It's really annoying when you actually watch boxing and people do this, and some people get points taken away because they do it too much. But in boxing, there's ways of you being able to stop the match. There's ways of you being able to have the referee constantly stop it and restart it which actually helps you gain breath or analyze your opponent or get out of trouble. You know, someone's just beating you up and is going to knock you out, so you hold them. And even though the referee doesn't like that, even though the people don't like that, you do that, and you can get away with that. And that's one thing that I noticed that Floyd Mayweather may be able to do against Conor McGregor. And also, because Conor McGregor's coming from a completely different sport, he's a completely different beast in the octagon, he may follow his instincts and begin to do some dirty boxing, do something that's not going to disqualify him, but is really going to work against him when it comes to the judges. And you got to understand that Floyd Mayweather, he's a professional boxer. He's even retired. He's coming out of retirement. And he's just 40 years old still. There's people in the UFC that still defend, you know, their legacy at 40 years old. But I'm telling you that also Floyd Mayweather has not taken really much abuse. So his head is fine. You know, he's able to think clearly. He's able to apply that efficiency and that experience and put it together and still make a very dangerous fighter. And I believe that he is still much more faster with his hands than Conor McGregor is, even though Conor McGregor is much more younger. And I know a lot of people see this guy as like, you know, like just like a wonderful underdog, a person who's really doing it for Ireland. And I truly respect that. I truly like Conor McGregor. But Floyd Mayweather, that's his game. And he has a lot more to lose also than Conor McGregor does. You got to understand this. Conor McGregor is getting paid $100 million. Just not 100 grand, 100 million simply to step into the ring, to step into the boxing ring. And same with Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather has a lot to lose. He has a legacy. This guy's rich beyond belief. He doesn't have to fight. He's retired. These people make a lot of money. But the thing is that Conor McGregor, he doesn't really have much to lose. He's getting paid more than he's ever got paid in his life. Like, that's what I mean. When I heard it was 100 million, I was like, this must be boxing, because Dana White would never cough out that amount of money for anything. Unless this was like literally like an entire like 2-year-long competition, you know what I'm saying? These are the wages of all the fighters put together. You know, I'm just saying, it's like, that's the truth. I've seen the contracts they sign over, the ways that the sponsorship goes, and I'm like, no way, like the UFC would never pay that amount of money. But this also means something, that also Floyd Mayweather is defending the boxing sport with this. He's got a lot to lose, and so does boxing. And also, if Floyd Mayweather wins, this is going to reopen up boxing. Boxing hasn't gone anywhere, and it's never going to go anywhere. You got to understand this. Boxing's a cornerstone, and it's also an excellent sport. Like, I dare any UFC fighter to just suddenly put on gloves and go challenge the top boxers right now. The top UFC fighters go. You're not going to do it. Just suddenly going in there with, like, you know what I'm saying, with all the experience you got in the UFC, suddenly just go in there and, no, you're not going to do it. You're going to get knocked out. You're going to get defeated. You're going to get out-battled. And those rounds may be shorter and everything. You may be prepared for a different kind of fight. But boxers are good at their game. And you got to remember, there's no kicks, there's no takedowns, there's nothing except for those hands. You know, that speed, getting out of there, getting in there. You know what I'm saying? Flowing like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And when I started studying boxing and any kind of martial arts, I actually started through boxing. Boxing was the very first thing, as well as kung fu and karate, because of my father and the kind of things that he was doing. But boxing, I'm telling you, boxing is unmatched when it comes to boxing. There is no karate fight or anything like, you know, Super Wang Ching leader. You're not going to do it with a boxer boxing gloves in a boxing ring, just boxing by itself without anything else and the rules. Boxers are supreme when it comes to a boxing ring. A boxer that has 10 years is going to beat any MMA fighter that has 30 years. I'm telling you right now. And I believe that Floyd Mayweather is going to win this. Floyd Mayweather is going to win this, I'm telling you. But also you got to remember that just like in any full contact sport, Conor McGregor may get that lucky shot in. And it's not just lucky, he will earn it. He will outmaneuver his opponent or go and get it. But I would say that the way he's going to enhance that lucky shot is by taking advantage of Mayweather's age, and as well as taking the shots on the head, not the chin, go in very hard and overwhelm him against the ropes. Make sure you don't break anything. Don't allow this guy to lock onto you, and just go straight for that chin. Get him. Get him like a pit bull. That is the way I believe you're going to win in that sport. Because Conor McGregor is able to take some good hits. Knees, kicks, everything. So then you're going to be able to take some 16-ounce gloves to the top of the head. If you can, because boxers are excellent at stopping these kind of things. You're going to have to go in for an onslaught. And not in the first round. You're going to have to watch Floyd Mayweather. Feel him out. You know what I'm saying? Get your experience with him directly in the ring. Because that's the good thing about boxing, is that you can last for a lot of rounds. Get out of the way. Move out of the way. MMA fighters got those good trots where they're able to move out of the way very good. You know, those wide steps. So watch him. See his capabilities. Play with him. And you may be able to do something. But Floyd Mayweather, he's defending a legacy, and that's very dangerous. And I just give, right here, right now, I give Conor McGregor a 25% chance, and that's higher than anyone else has given him right now. Even people who are reffing this stuff are saying that Conor McGregor has a very slim chance. 25% is very high. And if you can work within that, you may be able to defeat this guy. That's all I gotta say. So for Wise Warriors Path, that's my analysis for this fight, judging off what I know from what I can do with my capabilities and what I've studied. I believe that this is Floyd Mayweather's game, and the boxing people know that. But Conor McGregor, he's paid either way, so